It is a complete honor and privilege to be here. It's interesting being in the company of other coaches to learn new things. Being on stage is the first time I realized that Bob Davies and I share a similar thing, and that's we both have masters in psychology. That's how I started in this business. At the ripe old age of 24, one day, fresh out of graduate school, I was invited to start to work for a training and development company out in California. I was brought in to help create the coaching curriculum, and very quickly, within 6 months, was running the coaches themselves. Fascinating thing, I discovered two things very quickly. One was that advisors came to us because they were either bored or frustrated by their business. And the second thing I learned was we were rarely the first program that people went to. A lot of times I found that we were working with people that I called program hoppers. They were going from one program to the next, looking for the right one, the one that was going to finally work. So I put on my psychology hat, wondering, okay, what's really going on here? And what I discovered is, okay, so maybe it's not the program content of these other coaching programs that was ineffective. In fact, they had really great content. The difference was it was actually the person using the content that needed honing. So at that point, I went to work, put my psychology hat on, trying to figure out and devise a program that was going to help make the individual running the business more effective so that any program that they started using would work. And Born was getting results. I created my company in 2002 and have been working with advisors ever since. We help advisors make more money and have more fun. It's not an or conversation. I like to use and. Anytime that you find yourself asking, well, should I do this or that, I challenge you to change that or into an and, so you can make more money and have more fun. In our program, what I realized is I couldn't just create a cookie-cutter program that was going to work for everybody, but I realized I did need to create a program that I could also train other people to work with advisors on. So the program starts out with a foundation module. That foundation module does a couple of things. It helps to bring an individual in alignment with themselves, and we do that by eliminating disruptions and distractions. And by doing that, we're also then able to work with the advisor to create the ultimate business design that is a reflection of who they are, not who the super producer next to them is. A lot of times people try to emulate a super producer and it just doesn't work. A, you're not the same person, and B, you don't like the same things. So in social psychology, what we really learned is there are different things that make people tick. So in Foundation, we spend a lot of time here really working with the individual to create what that ultimate business design is that will have you enjoy what it is that you do and thrive at it. The second area that we focus on is called efficiency or effectiveness. This is where we bring you in alignment with time. Fascinating little thing. You may master efficiency at this level in your business, and then once you reach the next level, you have to master it again. Your business calls for new and different things. So we start over at each level of the business, continuing to hone your level of efficiency. You'll see this when you recognize that there are people that outproduce you significantly. You wonder, how do they have the same 24 hours that I have? And it's because we work on honing effectiveness and efficiency. The next one is business growth. Business growth is where we get into our proprietary program called the Champion Path. Essentially what we're doing is looking to replicate the top 4% of your business relationships. Again, utilizing the principles of social psychology, it's exactly how you've created your own social networks. Fourth system is systems. We work on creating systems in your business to eliminate one of the greatest frustrations, and that is what happens if my assistant leaves. I have to start all over training somebody new. Well, if you have written down systems that they can actually look at and follow, it makes those transitions easier. And finally, we work on leadership. This one's not necessarily for everybody, but if you want to have staff on your team, you need to work on honing yourself as a leader. So how you proceed through the program is all based on your own personal coaching objectives, not somebody else's. Our ultimate objective is to live up to our name, and that's getting results.